Hi, I'm Tammy. I'm with MYRRH Ministries, and I'm sitting here today with Margret Aragona, who is the founder of MYRRH Ministries. I had a couple of questions when we were thinking, and talking about this. I had some questions for you that I thought, wow, I would really want to know these things about you. So can I just shoot from the hip and ask you whatever?
Sure.
When did you start to really sense that you had a heart for women and to see them walk in everything that God has made them to be? When did that even come about?
I met Jan Greenwood right before we moved to Florida, and she started this mentoring online thing. And when we got to California, our next duty station, that was my only saving grace. We didn't find a church. We were kind of in the desert spiritually and physically. And Jan started this mentoring group that really mentored to women and helped me get through some really hard times. And so I just always, from that point on, I just wanted to help women. I just really wanted to help them get through whatever they're going through in relationships.
Lynette, I love, how it's so evident that so many times the things, because, I relate to that in our story, but how the Lord will take the things that are so painful and then use them, and it's like He already has people set up that need to hear what He did.
Right.
Like you're sharing in that, walking through that dark time in your life. How did you get through it? And so you pour out of that, which is really beautiful. So that's what really started you on the path of, I really want to walk with women and see them walk in the fullness of all that they are. So I love the way you shared about how the Lord really started to give you a heart for women. So in walking with women through various stages of healing and in pain, how did that transform or plant the seed for MYRRH Ministries?
Well,
and when did that happen?
So in 2001, God started speaking about a ministry center to me, to where people could gather and get healing and help for relationships. My heart has always been relationships, to make your relationships righteous and holy. Making your relationships righteous and holy. So if God can redeem my marriage and my friendships and stuff, then I know He can do it for other people. So He started speaking a ministry center to me first, and I shared that in 2002 with a group of people in a friend's living room. And they also, two of them also had ministry center, retreat center, words from the Lord, which was crazy. And we thought, okay, we're all really good friends. Is God calling us to the same? Is this all the same thing? But one seemed to focus on families. Mine seemed to focus on marriage and women.
Okay. And
the other one was not nailed down yet. And so we decided to pray about it. Well, in 2004, I guess it was about 2003, God started speaking to me about bringing women together for a retreat. And it started because we, being military, moving from place to place, I really missed all my friends. Because I'm one of those, I'm a friend for life people.
Right, yes, you sure are.
And so I was just like, I was really missing them. And I heard the Lord say, bring them all together and hear what I'm doing in their lives. And it was called Gossip, Grace, and God in Your Friendships. And I spoke on gossip, another friend spoke on grace, and another friend spoke on having God be the center of your friendships. And it was amazing. We all felt very close to the Lord, and just amazing things happen. I'll do another video on each retreat, because each retreat really does have a story, a God story in them. And so we had our first retreat, and God showed up, and I had one friend that came in from New Mexico that said, the only thing you're really missing is worship. You need to have worship at the next one. And so that was in 2004. I was way pregnant with Massimo for that retreat. And then the next one ended up being in 2008, because I had Armando in 2006, and I felt like the Lord was said that they would start every other year, and we'd plan the opposite years. And so for many years, that's what we did. And then that was 20 years ago. And every retreat, he names them,
Mm-hmm.
and he tells me who to go ask to speak. I've went up to people to say, hey, will you speak about such and such? And they're like, how did you know that I could speak on
Yes.
such and such? I'm like, I don't know. God just said to ask you to speak, and this is the title of the retreat. And they're like, okay. And I've only been told no twice, actually, on people saying they
That's
don't.
amazing.
In 20 years.
In 20 years.
There were years I just wanted to give up, and God would name the next retreat and say who to ask. And I'm like, okay, I guess we're still doing this, because if I'm anything, I'm obedient. If he tells me to do it, I'm going to do it. Do it scared if you have to do it scared. Do
Yes,
it reluctantly
yes,
if you have
uh-huh.
to do it reluctantly. But I just kept on going because that's what the Lord had me doing. And I'd see him show up. I might be wiped out after the weekend. I might be drained. But I saw everybody else get exactly what they needed.
Mm-hmm.
And it kept me going.
That's so good. And I'm thinking this is going to lead, when we get back together again, there's a whole new area of questions that I have for you specifically about the retreats. But I love what you've shared in getting to show us your heart,
Mm-hmm.
where you started, how God brought you to this point, how family intermingled with that all through the journey.
Mm-hmm.
And just the way it's so evident that after 20 years, it just continues to grow.
Mm-hmm.
And so to see what the Lord's doing. So I really appreciate your time in sitting down and kind of letting us really peer into your heart.
Mm-hmm.
I know the women that have been to retreats have experienced this with Margret and really getting to hear her heart. But for those of you that haven't been able to attend yet, there is such a treat for you waiting just for the Lord to meet with you and to hear her heart in this ministry. So thank you. I really appreciate this. I learned things I did not know about you after all these
I'm
years.
sure my daughter behind the camera did too.
Oh, this was
Yes.
fun.
Thank you.
No, but I look forward to the next time that we get to talk, because I want to talk about next time is the trailer. As a good friend of ours says, the trailer to the movie. What the vision is for the retreats. For each retreat, I want to hear about how each one gets named, how the Lord gives you, and the fruit of that, which is so evident. And then just the vision for where MYRRH is going and what the dream that God has given you in that.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time, and it's going to really be good, because there's some stuff I know about this that you can see God's hand moving in it. So it's going to be good. Thank you.
Thank you.